So the new update of FC Mobile as we head to the end of May and beginning of June. There are so many things about the game that I'm not sure where to even start, to be honest with you. At the end of the day, we have to realize that the game is free, right? It doesn't cost any money to buy the game from the App Store. So that's a positive, right? So you can play it for free. All you need is a device and internet connection, and you can play. Now, after that, you can start getting into all the fine details of the game. And yeah, for the most part, can say that all of the updates, the changes that they made recently, with the end of the team of the season, are not all of what they make it out to be, right? So we're going to try to take a look at all these things here as we approach the end of the month of May and move into quarter 3 of the year. Half of the year is gone. Moving into the second half of the year, the third quarter, if you will. So we're progressing through, and we're going to take a look at all of the things that we spot, that we see, that we notice, and take into consideration some of the things that we've read, we've researched, that we've heard about the game. At the end of the day, we love the game. We can't stop playing it. We can't stop talking about it. We can't stop thinking about it. It's a great game. So, just in case you haven't stopped by or checked out our channel, we are the HELLARICHSF Gamer Universe, and we try to live stream as often as possible. It's not as easy as it may seem to stream, given other responsibilities that one might have, which we do. So sometimes the streaming and the channel are not of utmost importance, and that's okay. So whenever we can, we provide the content through live streams, through long form videos, short form videos, here on YouTube, also on TikTok, here and there on Instagram, and here and there on Facebook. If you search for us in Google, you'll find a lot of stuff. We've made sure to have a large catalog so that, yeah, any person interested in gaming can take a look at what we provide to the world in terms of our perspective in the HELLARICHSF Gamer Universe. So this stream is called The End of May, #live, Gaming, hashtag FC Mobile, hashtag HELLARICHSF Gamer Universe. And yeah, we're taking a look at one of our favorite games because, well, football is one of our favorite sports. And of course, you may think, wait a minute, you sound American. We are American. So why do you call soccer football? Well, because the original name of the sport is football. And because that's what it's called around the world, so we call it football. We grew up calling it soccer only because we knew of American football primarily. But as we moved abroad, we understood that football is not American football, it is soccer. So there's that. So the first thing we're going to look at today is the draft system. And we haven't been all that impressed, not because the cards are not impressive. Of course, we think, yeah, this Nico Van Basten, this George Best, this Roberto Makalele, they're all impressive cards. It's that the road, the process to get these cards is somehow unattainable for a normal person that's free to play. We're not paid to win. So we've seen some accounts that have, all the deluxe, I guess you can call them deluxe, right? That's what it says there. All the deluxe players on their team. And you have to wonder, how is that even possible? I mean, even getting one, like we have one. So, hold on, let's take a step back. So we were able to, by the stroke of luck, to get one of these deluxe players, which happens to be the goalkeeper, Kobo. And we, to be honest, when it comes to the game itself, when it comes to head-to-head, versus attack, manager mode, we're going to say that it really doesn't matter. I mean, as long as you have a decent keeper, at the end of the day, the keeper's not going to stop every single shot. So if you're like, okay, I got this new keeper, I got this Kobo, I'm going to go play versus attack, and I expect him to stop everything. Well, if you're playing in FC champion or higher, you'll notice. So, okay, this game here against ASOG, the guy scored 12 goals on us. And we had that Kobo. You're like, whoa, why didn't Kobo stop? Because again, it doesn't matter, it seems like. That's why you might see some people that still have a 116 OVR Milinkovic-Savic on their team. Because, yeah, it really doesn't matter. The opposition, if you're in FC Champion or even, I guess anywhere in these classes, you will notice that, like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, what matters is the person you're playing against, are they any good? And if they're not that good, then, yeah, your keeper will stop everything. But if they are that good, then your keeper won't stop everything. And yeah, I will admit that it's some occasion maybe you are facing someone else and they have a marginal keeper, meaning that you think, in your opinion, there's no way that this keeper is good enough. So how is that keeper stopping my shots? You know, at the end of the day, you have to think about it as there are more things out of your control in this game than there are in your control, right? So if you're able to just accept that and say, okay, so many things about this game are out of my control, I'll just let that be, and you go ahead and just enjoy playing the game as best as you can, you'll have a better experience. And that's kind of what we had to do, because again, if you get too emotional about it, I guess, you know, for lack of a better word, then yeah, you're gonna be pulling your hair, getting upset, getting angry, and it's not gonna really bode well for you, because that anger might then translate to, say, someone, say your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your friend, and they're asking you a question about real life things, and then you're all irritated because things aren't going well in FC Mobile. So yeah, you're gonna want to have to manage your emotion a bit in order to just have a complete experience inside and outside of the game. Um, and again, just to let you know, we're not trying to be preachy or anything like that. We're just trying to give you a perspective to understand how you as a gamer, as a person, might improve yourself. You know, you don't have to listen to us. We're just telling you how it is from a real human perspective. So a lot of the time on YouTube, they're like, we want the human interaction, the human touch. And here we are right now on stream being as human as possible. Now, the next step up would be to show our identity, to have a camera right in our face so you could see. But again, just strategically, um, just personally, we don't think we need to do that. It's not necessary, because on the HELLARICHSF Gamer Universe, what is the highlight is the game itself, the elements of each game that we play. It's not about the individual who plays it. The individual, myself, we can, if we decide to speak on stream or on a video, to put ourselves out there. But it's not necessary for us to put our identity out there. Because as you know, the world is cruel. As much as we like to be very positive, have a positive outlook on life, we know that, especially online, people can be very cruel. And we just don't want to put ourselves through that for no reason at all, right? Um, Even though, as we've said before, and we'll say it again, that a lot of the time, YouTube, TikTok, basically social media, um, now is encouraging people to just be like, yeah, show yourself and show who you are. But again, we feel that we don't have the freedom not to do that, so we don't do it. And again, that's our freedom, that's our choice. So that's why you won't see who we are. You might know who we are if you know us personally, and that's great. But in this realm, you won't be able to do that. So we're going to first take a look at some of the teams that people have built with this new update. And the area that we like looking is the leaderboards. So you're asking, well, how can you at home, the viewer, access the leaderboards? So you have to go into play. Okay, so there's two ways. Look at this way first. And again, some of you who know about all this might say, this is just rudimentary. Like, why are you doing this? Well, we're trying to create something here for everyone. Someone who just started playing this game, maybe even someone who has played this game for a long time. They're going to get a unique perspective from the HELLARICHSF gamer universe. That is our goal, is to provide a unique perspective on gaming and on the games that we play. So, step one, you go into play, right? On the far right, play. And here we are in Division Rivals. So let's go, and then you would go into Verse Attack first to see the leaderboards. And in order to access the leaderboards, you would have to have completed a ranked match. So you're asking yourself, how do I know if it's a ranked match or not? Well, you see over here, it says play unranked, and then it has play. If you click on play, that is a ranked match. If you click on play unranked, it is unranked. So if you only play unranked matches, you will not have a chance to see the leaderboard. You have to have played a ranked match in order to access it. Again, you might think that's not a big deal. For us, it is. Because again, we want to see what people are doing, not just by using YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or other social media outlets, but the game itself. Because the game itself is a library, it's an encyclopedia, it's a Wikipedia, if you will, that you can figure out and discover so many things. So you click on your profile there, and then you go here to top 250, and this will bring in the top 250 players that are in your region, in your location, right? So in our location, I think this person's still there. It's the same person. So in Division Rivals, as of today, here is May 31st. It's the end of May. That's why the stream is called the end of May. And it's live. And it's gaming. And it's FC Mobile. Makes sense, right? Anyway, as of today, Sunday, May 31st, 2026, the world number one in our region is Mr. T07. So let's take a look at Mr. T07's team. So we know that there are a lot of accounts. So this is the thing, right? There are so many people who get a lot of views, get a lot of comments, followers, whatnot. And what they do is they say ranking people's teams with their permission. Okay. And why would anyone care if someone randomly ranks your team? I don't know, but people do. So anyway, we do it on occasion. It's not the focus of our content. Our content is basically more for like a watch, an entertainment, a visual audio, with music, entertainment to the eyes and to the ears. On live stream, we do provide reviews of people's teams if we're able to access that easily. Usually, if someone goes out of their way to add us, and if we have time, like today, for example, we would have time to do it, to review their team if they would like. But about us going and finding your user ID and all of those things, we just don't fancy that. Anyway, so this person's profile, again, what is the reason for this? It is information. It is useful information to help you, help us understand what people do in this game, right? So, firstly, we see that it's a 127 OVR, really high. The highest that we've seen so far this season is 128, but right now this person has a 127, okay? And they run the 3-4-1-2 formation, which is interesting. And they have 236 stars out of a total and 309 wins, which means that this person is really good. Just do the math. You can see the differentiation there between total wins and overall stars. This person is extremely good at this game, especially adverse attack. Now you must know that just because this person is good at adverse attack doesn't mean that they're necessarily good at head-to-head. And it certainly doesn't mean that they're good at manager mode, right? Because we will see that the world number one is not the same person in each of the different game modes. So let's take a look at this person's team. So you can see already, right? Like, okay, wait a minute. Remember, these cards are extremely difficult to obtain. Even obtaining one of them is difficult, right? Suppose you had all the money in the world, and we're going to assume that this person does. We're going to assume Mr. T just has a lot of money that he or she is able to put into the game in order to purchase all of these cards, right? And they're all maxed out, right? They are maxed out, every single one of them. So you have to wonder, like, yeah, how much money did this person spend in order to build this team? Okay, that's a good question. We don't know exactly. We would say it's $1 too much, because even $1 is too much. Remember, we don't use real world money in the game. We use real world money for real world things. And we understand that gaming for us is not a real world thing. It's a different thing. We are able to separate them. Now, if we could, we would, but we can't. We don't want to. We don't see value in that. So, in any such case, we can see that this person's team is absolutely stacked. There's nothing wrong you can say about it, right? Let's start with Mbappe. Yeah, it's crazy how this is. So this is something new with the new update, is this play styles thing. And we're not exactly sure how one is able to upgrade these things, because level 2 rapid is in gold, level 1 finesse expert is in silver. It says rapid level 2. Player has a more explosive acceleration for sprint, dribble, and knock-ons. Level 1. Faster acceleration when sprint dribbling. Level 2. Even faster acceleration when sprint dribbling and knock-ons, with better ball control ability. So, they're saying that these things are supposed to make the game more realistic. I don't know how this might be, but I'll let you be the judge. Do you think these things, these play styles make the game more realistic? What do you think out there? We would love to know your perspective. We think it doesn't. Especially, so if your team were matched up against this team, I'm pretty sure that the game wouldn't feel realistic at all. Because this person has an advantage, an edge everywhere. At striker, at midfield, and on defense. There's no edge, advantage at the keeper position, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players out of the 11 have an advantage, like a superpower, if you will. It's like, how are you supposed to compete with that? And the answer is you can't. So that's why it becomes unrealistic. Finesse expert, level 1. Player can curl finesse shots past the keeper with great accuracy. Level 1. Performs finesse shots with slight faster ball speed, additional curve, and improved accuracy. Level 2. Performs finesse shots with greater ball speed, additional curve, and improved accuracy. So we're not sure how to upgrade from the levels. We're wondering, because we have one card with these new play styles, and we're not sure how to upgrade that, or how to go from level 1 to level 2. So we're curious about that, because the one card that we do have with the play styles is Kobel, and he has level 1 deflector play style, and deflector level 1. Goalkeeper has the ability to deflect the ball far, wide, and into safer areas. Level 1. Performs deflection saves into safer areas with increased ball speed. Level 2. Performs deflection saves into safer areas with even faster ball speed. So it doesn't show how one can change this, or how it gets upgraded. Yeah, not sure. Not sure. Oh, so it looks like we're able to. So we're going to go ahead and do a deluxe draft. Eeny, meeny, miny. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a draft by the toe. If the draft wants to go, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay. So, another thing that comes up a lot is that people wonder, well, we have 34,789 gems. And people wonder, why? Why haven't you just spent them all? And it's because, I guess, we're frugal, we're cheap, we like to save, we're safe, because we think, well, if we don't have any more gems for next week when a new, event, a new draft or whatever comes along, that means we'll have missed an opportunity. So that's why we make sure that we have a strict policy. And at the moment, our policy is we're not going to go under 30,000. At the moment, we have 34,789. That means we have a surplus of 4,789. That means that we can either get an icon, a UEL or UECL, or Utah's 1, 2, 3 Deluxe. And we landed on 2. We can afford that. So we're going to pull right now. Let's see what we get. Let's go. Let's see what we get. Uh-oh. 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 Oh. Look. Huh. This is what we mean by the draft, right? So they even highlight that, oh, wow, you got Morrow Jr. And no offense to Morrow Jr. No offense to PSV. No offense at all. But this to us is not what we're looking for. Because, well, why would I want this when I can have, possibly have all of these? And that's the point, right? So we spent 4,000 gems, or whatever the hell it is, to just end up with that guy. Why not Olise? Why not Dembele or Pedri or Holland or Nico Paz or any of these guys? Well, because that's how they get you. So what are we going to do? Well, we're quickly going to go into signings and get rid of them. What's he worth? 1,500. Good. See you later, alligator. I mean, is bro even, hold on. Let's see if he's better than our Guardiol. He's shorter, and we're not a big fan of short defensive players. So here we kind of like this feature here, this compare feature. So we're going to compare the base Mario Jr. with the base Guardiola. Let's see what happens. So at base, Martin Jr. is faster. He's a better passer, better dribbler. He's a better defender, and he's more physical. But does that mean that we're going to invest into Mauro Jr. when we've already invested into Guardiola? And the answer is no. And you say, what do you mean invest? Because remember, when you get a new card from the draft, they're not maxed out, right? They're at the very base level. So that means that you have to find enough rank up. What do you call these tokens, right? The fuck. Rank up points. And I think to rank up from base all the way to gold, you need at least like almost 2,000. So are we willing to... We don't even have 2,000. We have 500, right? So the answer is no. We're not willing to. For numerous reasons. We already have a left back that we're okay with. And number two, Mauro Jr., we don't believe that he is what we want on our team. So what's going to happen? We're going to get rid of him. That's that. Simple. Bye-bye. Now, if it was Roberto Carlos, then okay. Despite the fact that he's short, he's Roberto Carlos. But this guy? No. If it was Nuno Mendes, yes. But this guy? No. So let's see what left backs are out there right now. Because again, one thing that we wonder too is once the new season starts next week, are all of these, is this star signings going to go away, or is it going to just be a new place to get players? Because at the moment, it's a completely separate marketplace, right? Using separate currencies. So EA Sports FC Mobile has now created two separate marketplaces. You can get players from the traditional marketplace, and you can get them here from star signings as well, with different currency. Sorry. Left back. So let's see what left backs there are. So these are bottom tier left backs. And again, these days, for us, I'm not sure for you out there, but for us, at the very minimum, we're getting at least base 115. So that if we do invest into ranking them up, they're going to be a 120, right? Just aesthetically, we don't like seeing 119. We do have 119, for example, Messi, and we're happy with that. We wish we had the new one, the new Messi, but we don't have the new Messi. We have a 119 Messi, and we're happy with it. But if we're going to add new players onto our squad, into our lineup, we want them to be at least at 120. So that means 115 base. So what's the cheapest 115 base? Alvaro Carreras. Not bad. We might consider picking this guy up. Let's see, Alvaro Carreras. Let's compare him to Guardiola. Wow. So at base level, Alvaro Carreras is faster, is a better shooter, a better passer, a better dribbler. He is only weaker at defending and at physical. But the rest, he outranks Guardiola. Interesting. Let's see how he ranks up against Roberto Carlos. So, yeah, obviously, Roberto Carlos is better than him at everything. But that's Roberto Carlos, right? Hello? Are you there? Hello? Hello, you there? Hello, are you there? Okay, so obviously, yes, we would love to have this Roberto Carlos card, but at the moment, the card we're able to obtain is this Alvaro Carreras card. So let's take a look here. So we're gonna consider that I can afford that Alvaro Carreras. Now Nico Riley. Let's see who's better out of these two. So Nico Riley compared to Alvaro Carreras. So it looks like, so for us, what matters the most for any defender is what they provide on defense. And in this case, O'Reilly provides, he's a better defender and he's more physical, way more physical than Alvaro Carreras. So in this case, I guess we're gonna be like, you know what? Maybe we don't want Alvaro Carreras. We're gonna go for Nico Riley instead. So now let's see if Nico Riley is better, someone better than him. So we've gone away from Alvaro Carreras, sorry, and now we're more interested in this Nico O'Reilly. It's a good price, 1,300 shards. Let's see if there's anyone better. So we can't afford any of these. You can see our budget is 3,150. So we can afford Nico O'Reilly. Let's see who's better than him. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's have a look. See. Um. So we saw this Udo. Let's see. Nope. Sheesh. No, not CB. Carlos Romero. Nope. Raum. Raum's a little bit better. Cucurella. So Cucurella is a bit better in several categories. So I think we're going to end up taking this one. And let's see how he stacks up against our Guardiol. Yeah, he's better. So we're going to pick this guy up then. Good price. Yep, so we got O'Reilly, and we're willing to invest in him because we think that he'll provide us what we need at the left back position more so than Guardiola's providing us. Okay, so we got that. Let's see. Is there anything else that we might need? A right back. We can find a right back with the same. That'll be nice. And again, Munoz. So yeah, we would take Munoz, obviously. Llorente, Zambrota, Lam, Maicon. We would love to have the Cafu. We have Cafu already in our other account, but people are big on the Zaire Emery for some reason. We can't afford Zaire Emery though, so let's see who we can afford. We have this Reece James already. And we have that Marcos Llorente also. So we have this Marcos Llorente card already. And we have this James card already too. Let's take a look and see which of these is the best. Let's compare Reece James to Jules Koundé. And Reece James is better in 4 categories. Marcos Llorente is better in 4 categories. So it looks like, because we have this already. Hello, beautiful. How you doing? You okay? You all right? You want to finish your milk? Are you okay? Want to sleep more? What you doing? So yeah, we have this Marcos Llorente, and if we upgrade him, he's going to be better than Jules Koundé. He might be better than him right now, actually. Let's take a look. Yeah, as of now, he's better in 4 categories, except he's not as physical, and he's not as good on defense. That might change once he's fully upgraded. Alright, so some things to consider. One thing that we also know is there's no point to lose your mind over something. Like our main objective was to have a 120 OVR. So we're able to have a 121. And now we're like, okay, maybe we want to push to get a higher OVR. So yes, we would like that. But if we can't, we want to make sure that our team is as strong as possible. In that case, that means that every defender, we want them to be, we want their defending to be over 200. So usually it's hard to find that from left backs and right backs. You can see that Guardiola's at 179 defending, and Koundé is at 185 defending. So, we're close. But we would like to have those left and right backs be at near 200. Let's see if the top people are at that level. Let's go back to Mr. T's team. So he doesn't even have a left back or right back because this person's running 3-4-1-2. So I'm sure the color is obviously at 2 something. Yep. Blanc is obviously at 200 something, right? And Gabriel, who, did any of you see Champions League final last night where Gabriel had the chance to, I mean, yes, he's a defender, that's true. But the spotlight was on him. He needed to score a penalty in order to keep his team in the, in the penalty fight. Because if he missed, then the game is over. If he made it, it would have continued. But he missed. He missed like dramatically. And of course, I guess most people other than Arsenal fans, only Arsenal fans wanted Arsenal to win. Therefore, the internet and the world went crazy, happy to see Gabriel miss that penalty shot. And yeah, what can you say? So this person doesn't even have a left back or right back. Let's see if another. So what we like to see is, sorry. So we go into Mr. T and see, who did Mr. T lose to? Okay, he drew to Tom and Jerry, and he lost. So this is interesting, right? So this is what we mean by how this game, how does this make sense? So, is it possible that, remember these matches here, because they're receiving stars, you can see are ranked matches. So is it possible that there's no way for the system to match make for Mr. T because Mr. T's team is just so strong? So the only team that he can play against is Tom and Jerry because Tom and Jerry is the only team that's online? I mean, I guess. It just sounds a bit too, I don't know. But he's beat Tom and Jerry many times. So, yeah, I don't know. It just seems fishy to me. And it's possible that, yes, that there's no other 127 OVR team that's online when he's online trying to play. Or him, he, she, whatever. But I think that's complete bull, right? There's no way. So, anyway, Tom and Jerry beat Mr. T once. And Tom and Jerry does have left and right backs because they're running the 4-3-3 attack. Nuno Mendes, a 191 defending. So, you think, okay, so one of the best meta cards in the left back position is this Nuno Mendes card, and maxed out will only reach 191 defending at left back. Okay. Zanetti. Alright. At the right back position, Javier Zanetti will reach 197 defending. So, it's fair to say, at the left back and right back position, it's going to be rather difficult to find a player who has a 200 or more ranking in defending. But let's look even further. Same. Nuno Mendes Zanetti. They're not running it. Not running it. Let's see if Pantera second. They're not running left and right back. Are you okay, sweetheart? Are you hungry again? Okay. Let's check this Mourinho. Oh. So, restart case. So there is this person here, Santiago Mourinho, indeed has a 206 defending. So there is a card. Let's compare this guy to... Oh, yeah, sweetheart, it's okay. If you're hungry, you'll let me know by crying a lot, right? You let us know. Llorente? No. Turam? No, not even Turam. Zambrota? No, not Zambrota either. Llorente? No. So the only card, it seems, that does have the capability to reach a 200 more OVR, sorry, in defending is this Mourinho card. Interesting. While we tend to our lovely young lady here, I'll let you go ahead and see some of our league action. We have some spots open in our league if you want to join. Several. 14 spots. Uh-huh. Okay. Hi there. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you watching, we appreciate your support. We understand that there are so many choices out there in the YouTube universe, in the FC mobile universe, and in the gaming universe that is not even our own. We're the HELLARICHSF gamer universe. So we just are one piece of a very large world, universe that exists out there. And we hope that you enjoy spending time with us because we enjoy providing you with all of these different insights and outlooks on this game that we all love, which is EA Sports FC Mobile. We are live. This is the end of May. It is May 31st, 2026 here in our current location. So it's the end of May. And it will be the beginning of June soon, which means that half of the year will be completed and the next half will be starting. Oh, hold on a second. Let's see if we can do it like this time. Come here, sweetheart. Come here, sweetheart. Come here. So, as we complete one half of a year and we begin another half, we look through the lens of this video game, EA Sports FC Mobile. And we're going to take a look at some of the things that we do like. One of the things that we really like, one of the things that we really like is the Brazil A Nation Story. And we are on the hunt, and we're really close to getting our long-awaited prize. Because let me tell you, let's just go back. So we're going to focus right now on A Nation Story. Today's live stream is focusing on the positive, negative, neutral things, and right now we're going to focus on something positive from the update, which is the Chronicles, A Nation Story. And you will see when you come into this Chronicles tab that there are so many different things. It's a bit overwhelming. We haven't finished Beckham Chronicles completely, nor Hero, nor Zlatan. We've finished enough to be happy. We haven't finished all. But we have finished these nation stories, not all. And one thing that we noticed was that there was a missing spot in this nation story here, which is the one that contains England, Italy, and now Brazil. And why we waited out was because, well, we were from England and Italy and I guess United States and Mexico also nation stories. We collected upwards of 1,210 of these. That's not what I wanted to do. Of these A Nation Story Shard 2. So if you do the nation stories, you'll know that shards pertain to certain countries, right? So these A Nation Story Shard 2 pertain to England, Italy, Brazil, the United States, and Mexico. So if you obtain A Nation Story 2 shards, you can use them in those galleries. And we think right now that the best in a Nation Story Shard 2 category is this Pele. And we are close to getting this Pele. So you may or may not know that Pele is regarded as one of the best footballers ever. And World Cup's coming up. Brazil is like a classic kind of team that people think of when they think of World Cups. And Pele is he's a legend. So we really want this card. Let's compare it to others. Let's compare it to even our own cards just to see. Okay, actually, let's stop. Let's compare it to this Mbappe. No, but Mbappe is not a cam. We're wondering, he must be able to play more than just cam. And he must be a striker as well, we're assuming. So let's take a look at this Mbappe. So Mbappe is statistically better. But I mean, the OVR of the Mbappe base card is 120. The OVR of the Pele card is 116. So I guess it's not a big of a surprise. In any such case, even with all these comparing things, there's no one else that we think is even worthy of attaining that's compared to Pele in this gallery. So if we look at Italy, we don't think that, any of these players, I mean, we think Totti's a great player. Don't get me wrong, we think Totti's fantastic. But we wouldn't say we're picking Totti over Pele. If Pele was alive now, and Totti's alive, and like was like a team, and I'll be like Pele. So that's just the way it is. And in England, there's no one close either. I mean, Bobby Charlton, okay. Is Bobby Charlton better than Pele? I don't think so. What do you think? Do you think Bobby Charlton is better than Pele? Let's see what the system says. I guess it's not gonna. You have to find this card through their system. Oh, he's right here. Perfect. Let's compare. So what do you think? So, before we reveal, right? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't done this at home, but we're doing it here right now. Is the end of May. It's May 31st, 2026. Almost approaching 2 p.m. here where we are located. It's the end of May. We're live. Gaming, FC Mobile. And we're going to compare the 116 Bobby Charlton to 116 Pele on Nation Story cards. We are going to pick Pele regardless. We don't give a shit. Sorry for the language. We don't care who or what is said here, but we're picking Pele. There's no way in hell we're going to pick Charlton over Pele. But let's see for the big reveal. This is a big reveal. Maybe we've seen it before, maybe we haven't. We haven't seen it before. So let's take a look. 3, 2, 1. So obviously Pele is better. I mean, there might be some diehard English person, I assume. I mean, I don't know what even Brazilian person would dare say, oh yeah, I'm choosing Bobby Charlton over Pele at the cam position. In any realm, in any universe, in anything. But for the sake of comparison, you can see, so statistically, this Pele card is way better. So basically, there's no one better in the nation story countries that include Brazil, Italy, England, United States, and Mexico. There's no one that even comes close to Pele, and we're close to getting him because we've completed 4 out of the 5 required matches and quiz answers to get 300 more A Nation Story 2 shards, which we need in order to get Pele. So we're going to be happy when we have Pele. So that's something that we're happy about. Yeah, a lot of people, again, because you don't save and you don't, I'm saying this is just something to say. It's not kind of criticizing anybody. It's just an observation, right? So we know that there are people who just spend everything that they have right away, not giving a chance to see what could be. Because again, each season is several weeks, and they release players every week. And there's basically updates within the update every week. So, yeah, we recommend you just kind of hold on. Some people pull the trigger and just start spending all of their coins and whatever right away. But that's not what we do. And so, but you're free to do whatever you want, right? So if you do that and you're happy, that's great. But if you do it and you're unhappy and you're taking it out on your family, your friends, or whoever, yourself, because of a game, then that's not good. So we recommend that you just kind of don't do that. All right, quick match. We're not really impressed by this because, again, the chances that this is not ranked lead us to believe that, it's just not worth it. We like playing ranked matches because we want that win to count. And you're saying, oh, but if you lose, it counts. Well, yeah, so then there you go. Oh, yeah, but if you play like this, it doesn't count. Well, we want it to count because we think that every match is important. So, there are some matches, the ones, for example, another thing that we're going to point out that we like is if we go into live events and we go into challenge mode, you'll see this is team of the season, scouting camp, challenge mode, and kickoff. If you go into challenge mode, there's one challenge that we completed that we recommend that you complete because the rewards are worth it. It is the UECL weekend challenge. We completed it already. The rewards are rank ups for your player. So we recommend not this UEL one. We're not the gems. We feel like it's not enough, but this green one, which is not showing now because we completed it already. It's not showing the rewards. It's not showing anything. But this, if it gets stuck, this challenge is worth it. It's worth the time, we think, in our opinion, if you're wondering. If you have time to play and you just don't want to play against people and you want to just play and get some rewards, we recommend doing this one and stand by.
It's in the game.
I have to load the game back up. So, yeah. Team of the season's ending soon. It's the end of May, but the season still continues on through June. So, yeah, like, obviously we're still gonna play. On stream, though, because, number one, what you have to understand about this game is that if you want to have the best chance, they say, you should have the best everything, meaning the best device, the best skills, right? The best internet connection. If you have those things, you give yourself a better chance to do whatever, but it doesn't guarantee anything. Even your skills don't guarantee, because you're like, my skills are the best. Why am I losing to these people? But maybe you're not playing in person. What do you mean? Maybe you're playing a AI, a super AI. Ones that, if you know, you know. If you ever try to complete certain challenges, because again, we've seen through our research is that people complain, and also us through our own, you know, process of playing the game, of gaming, we realize that, yeah, there are certain challenges that are at the end unbeatable. You're like, I can't beat this. And they give you two chances, and then like, oh, you want a third chance? Spend 100 gems. You're like, you know what? At this point, I've invested so much time into getting here, and now that I'm here at this last final boss match, I can't even do anything and whatever. Yep. So imagine those AIs are disguised as normal people playing in the game. We think. So when you think you're connected to someone, playing with someone, actually you're not playing against someone, you're playing against something. So put that through your mind. So every match is not against a person. So, and not to mention, another layer is all the hacking that goes on, all the cheating, which, you know, EA Sports fails to address, because it still happens. So you have to wonder, like, yeah, you're not addressing it because you're not doing anything about it. It still happens every single time that they update. It's happening. So, the tournament. So, not sure even what the. So we're playing it on Legendary, which is difficult. Not sure even what the rewards are for that. Can't even see it now because we've gone through everything. Okay, hold on. Introduction. So they're introducing each team. It doesn't necessarily say what would you get out of it, you know? We're not sure if once you complete that thing, what will you get out of it. But I guess, for the sake of it, So we recommend this weekend cup. Challenge mode, weekend cup. We recommend for 300, 400, 500 rank up points. You play and complete the weekend cup. We take that back. This is against actual people, so we might not recommend this. Again, why? Because when you're doing this, you have to worry about your connection and all that stuff. So, but while the other one, you don't. You're just playing against the computer. So we lost big time to um, Rifat 989. I'm gonna see if we can take a look at this person's profile here, but we will say that we couldn't do anything. We can defend, and even that we couldn't do enough because they scored 2 goals on us. And as far as moving on offense, it was impossible to move the ball on offense anywhere to get a good shot off or anything. And you can see that our keeper, which is the Kobel with the new stats or whatever, can't save anything. Not anything important. And there were 2 important shots that he didn't save. Maldini getting cooked here by this guy who, real talk, I don't know who he is. Some German who apparently is good, right? Yeah, so we don't recommend playing this actual challenge, to be honest, because again, you're playing against people, and the probability of you being upset because, you know, everything's going wrong. Because for us, we're going to say, if we were going to complain and just complain only, we'd say that, yep, everything went wrong in that thing. And we're lucky that we just lost by 2 because we could have lost by more. And luckily, we could defend enough to prevent this person from scoring 10 goals on us. They only scored 2. But the whole game, it was, if you see, you can see like the connection in gray comes up, the little Wi-Fi signal thing. It's like, what's that about? And it happens, and they try to say, oh, it's your network. And it's like, well, maybe it's your network along with someone, hacking into the game. I don't know, whatever. The script. So we don't recommend that challenge. We don't recommend Ultimate Challenge either. This is just not worth it because we understand, we hear that the last final match here is just as impossible as playing against some players. So we normally try to get FC champion in every category of division rivals, but this time around we decided that not to care or to push so hard to get FC champion in manager mode. We feel like it's even more difficult given that that we have no idea about what's going on with certain cards. And even though they're not even ranked up as high as yours, somehow that team outperforms yours. And it's a story always in manager mode, but now we feel like it's even more ridiculous. At least in the other ones, there's a bit of skill that has to be in there. Not that manager mode doesn't require skill, it does, but in the end, we just didn't want to continue pursuing manager mode FC champion status, and in the end we feel like it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I mean, no one seems to care. It's like people think that FC champion is easy. Even anything in the game is easy, but it's not. Anyway, let's look at the world number 1 in our region for head-to-head. Interesting. So this person has 252 total FC champion stars and 307 total wins. differential is pretty good. It means this person is an excellent player. And apparently they're using a 122 OVR team with the 4-2-4 formation. So, can't know if this is the actual team. This person is using. But it's the team that they're showing. So what's interesting is you can see is here they're FC champion in versus attack, but they only have 2 stars. They don't dedicate their time to getting any more stars in FC champion. Sorry, in versus attack, but they do in head to head. And this person has won every single match. Let's see who is in manager mode. You okay? Get your bottle here when you're ready. So, that is our look at the game for this particular time within the HELLARICHSF gamer universe. If you have taken the time to watch this video up until this point, we want to thank you. We appreciate your dedication to our channel, our art form, our live stream. It's the end of May. It's a live gaming FC Mobile HELLARICHSF Gamer Universe presentation. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Take a look at our different... Wait a minute. We end the stream here at our humble abode So if you're wondering about the name HELLARICHSF, it basically means very rich San Francisco. Very rich San Francisco. So instead of saying very rich or very wealthy San Francisco, we use HELLARICHSF. Our channel has so many things to offer you. The home tab will show you something that will interest you according to your algorithm. We have long form videos, shorts, live, playlists, and posts. Check out some of the collection. You might like what you see. This has been HELLARICHSF Gamer Universe. Thank you for your support.